beautiful, healthy, and productive garden starts with the soil beneath your feet. Hi, I'm Melinda Myers. Get your garden off to a good start with proper soil preparation. You may be converting your lawn into a flower bed, and you can do that without using chemicals. You can either rent a sod cutter and remove the sod, use it to repair bare areas in other parts of your lawn, or cut your grass really short so you're scalping it, and then cover with newspaper and mulch. This blocks the sunlight and prevents it from reaching the grass and eventually kills it from a lack of sunlight. That's a great way to reduce the problem. I often do this in fall, leave it sit over winter, and then in spring it's ready to go. Or you can solarize and basically cut your grass short, edge that area, and cover it with clear plastic. It'll actually cook the grass and the weeds beneath. Kansas State University found about 6 to 8 weeks under clear plastic during the hottest part of the growing season was a great way to not only kill your grass, but your weeds and many of the weed seeds, so you can get your garden off to a good start. Once the grass has been eliminated, you may need to improve the soil. Most of us are dealing with heavy clay that's poorly drained or gravelly, rocky, sandy soil that doesn't hold the moisture well. So we're going to want to add organic matter, peat moss, compost, anything that improves drainage in clay soils and improves water holding capacity in sandy, rocky soils. Add about 2 inches for every 6 to 8 inches you're planning to amend. It's a good starting point. But before you dig in, make sure your soil's ready to be worked. Now, I like to do the hand test, and basically, I grab a handful of soil and gently squeeze. If I can break it into small pieces like this, it's moist and it's ready to work. If it stays in a mud ball, it's too wet. Go back inside, do a little planning, check your garden plans, and wait a day or two before you plant. Now, you may be wondering about fertilizing, because many of us want to add fertilizer to get our plants to grow. But the best thing to do is a soil test. Check your soil. Take a sample, send it to the University Extension office in your area, and they can tell you what, if any, fertilizer and the type you need to add to grow the plants you're trying to grow. It's a great way to get exactly the information you need for your garden, and it's also good for the environment and saves you money. Why put down fertilizer your plants don't need? Why pollute the groundwater by adding nutrients our plants don't need that wash through the soil and into our groundwater or our storm sewers? Now you may think, well, I'm going to have to wait a couple weeks to get the results, and that's fine, but you can do a little soil testing at home with all the family members. Start with a straight-sided jar, like I have here. Add a little non-foaming soap. That's going to break down the surface tension in your soil, and then we're going to add a little soil from the garden. Remove any twigs and roots and other organic matter, and then put it into the container, just like that. Now it seems kind of hokey, but I'll tell you, kids love this. And we're going to shake. And what's going to happen is the heaviest particles, the sand, is going to settle first. Then the silt, which are the medium-sized particles, settle next. And then the clay particles that are floating around here take several days to settle. Once we look at it, we'll estimate the percent, how much sand, how much silt, how much clay, and then we can find out what type of soil we have. It's a fun way to do a little soil testing on your own, and you can compare the results with the university as well. So get your garden off to a good start with the proper preparation of your soil and build that perfect foundation.